Previously on Balls.
And Swings on a Wednesday, we talk golf, and not for the first time on Swings, we welcome back to the show, and belated Happy New Year to you, Selwyn Nathan.
How are you, Darren?
All good, thanks, Selwyn. Nice to chat to you again, and I hope the year's treating you well so far.
It is. I actually played in the Pro-Am with Brandon Grace today.
Okay.
And the mayor and the boss of one of their sponsors companies, it was amazing. And he's hot. I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's someone just here tweeted there, his tee off time, Brandon Grace playing Danny Willett and Charles Schwartzel, 11 o'clock for the Joburg Open.
And perhaps unsurprisingly so, Brandon doing very well at the Sunshine Tour Awards last night.
Yeah, well, he does deserve it. He won 5 times, 4 times in Europe, or on the European Tour, once in the Vodacom event. He's a great kid, and that him and Charles and Rick Sterney and J.B. Kruger, that these guys are all here this week is just fantastic.
Yeah. And look, now we're well down the road as far as our Sunshine Tour going through the Christmas period into January and now February. And are you generally happy with how it's gone with the new co-sanctioned events and particularly the support that they've been getting?
No, it's unbelievable, but just look how our guys are playing. And, if our guys play well and people put up this kind of money for them to play and they come back and support the events, how can we miss?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We'll just keep growing.
Everything going well with our golf, everything going nicely with our cricket. It's fantastic times. Obviously one disappointing bit of news was that the Tournament of Hope has been put on ice for a while. Now, can you give us a little bit of background there? And I mean, it's not shelved; it's just put on ice,
well,
right?
The point is, it's an awful lot of money. It's got to be put up, and there's a bunch of guarantees that the sponsors would want. And until we can give them those guarantees, Darren, we're not going to go ahead with it. We're in a good business space now. We've got 6 co-sanctioned events. We also had the Volvo. We've got some 28 or 32 to be exact golf events in our calendar. We can't go and do something that we can't deliver and then get egg on our face.
Yeah.
So what we prefer to do is get all our ducks in a row and let the Federation put up the necessary guarantees that are good for our sponsors and good for our tour, and then we'll go ahead. But until all that's in place, we're not doing it.
When did you realize, Selwyn, that it wasn't going to be a viable option?
Sometime between the 16th of January and now, we got a notification from the promoters that they were still waiting for a bunch of guarantees from the Federation, and that they weren't forthcoming. And the point is that we need a lot of time to prepare for something like this. You take the Joburg Open, we prepare for 8 or 9 months before the event to get it done. So the African Open next week. So we've had, as you know, we've already had the Volvo, the ESA Open, the Mandela, and the Daniel.
Yeah.
And for us to, and it's a very important date also on our calendar. So we want to make sure that if we're going to do this event, we're going to have everything in place and all the necessary guarantees in place also.
All right. So the efforts are still there and it's still being worked on. It's just at the moment just put on hold for a while.
If people will commit.
Yeah.
And it's also the international federations also need to commit. So, until we get all these commitments, we're not going to damage our tour for. There's no chance we're going to do it.
And what does this mean for the likes of the Nedbank?
Well, it gives them an opportunity to come and talk to us and get a date. And the Nedbank can go into a particular spot where it'll be good for them, good for us, good for the players. And I'm sure in the next week or 2 we'll come to terms with it.
Fantastic. We'll keep our eye out for that, and appreciate you giving some clarity on what the status is with that, Selwyn. Just a final one before we let you go. We're talking AFCON semi-finals coming up today. Now that sadly Bafana are no longer there, first of all, I sure you echo everyone's sentiments that despite the fact that we had unfortunately lost on penalties, it was a vast improvement and heading in the right direction from what we saw in the tournament.
Yeah, listen, I'm very excited for our team, for our coach. I think the administrators are getting, some sort of payback. They work hard, you get, what did Gary Play always say? The harder you work, the luckier you get.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly those
I
words.
think if our guys work a little harder,
The more sit-ups you do, the luckier you get.
Yeah, Gary said that as well. Yeah.
From the 70s.
Well, that's fantastic. And your predictions now that we're not there, who do you see going all the way and winning it?
well, I'd like a surprise, but I think Ghana looked like a complete team. Not that I'm such an expert on football, but they look a complete team. They score every time they play, so who knows, we might. Listen, they first got to get past this tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's some, and it's interesting because everyone we've spoken to on the show the last few days, there seems to be a fair spread of who people think are going to go all the way. We've had Ghana, we've had Mali and Nigeria as well. So it just makes it very interesting. So,
Well, just look how quickly Cote d'Ivoire disappeared from.
Yeah.
They disappeared. Our guys put up a great show, and it's really impressive. And they had nice support from fans in the country, and they had good press. And Gordon's done a good job. He's a tough character, and I'm sure he'll get the best of that out of them in time to come.
yeah, and good that they're giving him a nice long sort of way to look forward and just go listen, work with his team. We like what we see, so everyone's getting off the coach's back, which is nice to see. It's a nice change that no one's putting pressure on him because we didn't go all the way.
All right. Well, the pressure starts next week.
Yeah.
So the pressure will be on those coaches.
Absolutely. So, always nice chatting to you. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon and giving us your time on Balls Radio.
Great pleasure.
Cheers, man. Bye-bye. There we go, Selwyn Nathan explaining what's going on with the Tournament of Hope swings this afternoon here on Balls.
This is Balls Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Balls.co.za